Hey, true crime enthusiasts. Today I'm diving into one of California's most chilling unsolved cases, the Keddie Cabin Murders. Picture this. It's April 11th, 1981. The serene, wooded area of Keddie, California is about to be shattered by a gruesome discovery. Cabin 28 would soon become the epicenter of a grisly crime scene. Sue Sharp and 3 of her children had recently moved to Keddie for a fresh start. But that night, something unimaginable happened. Sue, her son John, and his friend Dana were brutally murdered. Sue's daughter Tina, missing. Her remains wouldn't be found until 3 years later. The crime scene was a tangled mess of evidence, blood everywhere, signs of a struggle, and a mysterious tape recording that still haunts investigators. But here's the kicker. There were 3 other kids in the cabin that night who were left unharmed. They'd slept through the entire ordeal. Local law enforcement faced immense pressure to crack the case, but it quickly went cold. Suspects emerged, including a man with a dark past tied to the Sharp family, but nothing stuck. Clues were mishandled, and potential leads faded into the ether. Even today, the Keddie Cabin Murders remain an enigma. Now, let's delve deeper into the night of the murders. In the quiet town of Keddie, California, the night of April 11th, 1981, would forever be etched in the annals of true crime history. The serene atmosphere of the Keddie resort was shattered by a series of brutal events that would leave the community in shock and disbelief. The victims, Sue Sharp, her son John, daughter Tina, and John's friend Dana, were found brutally murdered in Cabin 28. The scene was gruesome, with evidence of a violent struggle and multiple weapons used in the attack. Blood spattered the walls, and the signs of a horrific fight were evident in every corner of the cabin. Despite the horrific nature of the crime, the motive remained elusive, and the perpetrators unknown. At around 7 a.m. on April 12th, Sheila Sharp, Sue's 14-year-old daughter, returned from a sleepover at a nearby cabin. What she encountered was a scene of unimaginable horror. The bodies of her mother, brother, and his friend lay lifeless on the floor. In a state of shock, Sheila ran to a neighbor for help. The authorities were called, and the investigation began. But from the very start, things were amiss. Critical evidence was mishandled, and the crime scene was not properly secured. Friends and neighbors who arrived to offer support inadvertently compromised the scene. As detectives pieced together the events of that night, they were left with more questions than answers. The discovery and initial investigation, the discovery of the murders in Cabin 28, sent shockwaves through the small community of Keddie. On the morning of April 12, 1981, Sheila Sharp, returning from a sleepover, stumbled upon the horrific scene. Her screams alerted neighbors, and soon the authorities were on the scene. The initial investigation was marred by a series of missteps and oversights. Critical evidence was overlooked, and the crime scene was not properly secured. The response of law enforcement and the early theories that began to emerge as investigators tried to make sense of the carnage. The first responders were met with a scene of unimaginable horror. The bodies of Sue Sharp, her son John, and his friend Dana were found bound with medical and electrical tape, and multiple weapons lay scattered: knives, a hammer, and even a bent steak knife. The brutality of the murders suggested a level of rage and premeditation that was difficult to comprehend. As news of the murders spread, the community was gripped by fear and uncertainty. How could such a heinous act occur in their peaceful town? Rumors and speculation began to circulate, adding to the confusion and anxiety. Law enforcement faced immediate criticism for their handling of the case. Key pieces of evidence were either missed or mishandled. The crime scene was not properly secured, allowing friends, neighbors, and even curious onlookers to trample through, potentially destroying crucial clues. Despite these setbacks, investigators began to piece together a timeline of events. They interviewed witnesses and gathered what evidence they could. Early theories ranged from a botched robbery to a crime of passion, but none seemed to fully explain the sheer brutality of the attack. The surviving children, who had been in a separate room during the murders, were interviewed, but their accounts provided little clarity. Why had they been spared? And what could they remember of that fateful night? As the investigation progressed, the lack of clear leads and the mishandling of evidence began to take its toll. the case grew colder, and the community's hope for justice started to wane. Stay with us as we continue to delve deeper into the Keddie Cabin Murders, examining the suspects, the theories, and the lingering questions that still haunt this case. Theories and suspects. As the investigation into the Keddie Cabin Murders progressed, a number of theories and suspects came to light. Some believed the murders were the result of a personal vendetta, while others speculated about a possible connection to organized crime. The involvement of local residents, including known criminals, was also considered. Despite numerous leads and potential suspects, the case remained unsolved. From the mysterious figure seen near the cabin on the night of the murders to the controversial role of the local sheriff's department, we explore the many facets of this perplexing case. One of the most compelling theories involves a man named Martin Smart, a local resident with a history of violence. Smart and his friend, John Beau Boubaid, were considered prime suspects early in the investigation. Both men had suspicious alibis and were known to frequent the bar where Sue Sharp was last seen alive. However, despite their suspicious behavior, neither Smart nor Boubaid were ever charged. Some believe this was due to a lack of concrete evidence, while others speculate that there may have been a cover-up involving local law enforcement. Another theory suggests that the murders were connected to drug trafficking. The remote location of Keddie made it an ideal spot for illegal activities, and some residents were known to have ties to the drug trade. Could the murders have been a message to keep quiet, or a deal gone wrong? Adding to the mystery is the fact that several key pieces of evidence went missing over the years. Critical documents, including witness statements and forensic reports, vanished without a trace. This has led some to believe that someone with access to the investigation was deliberately obstructing justice. The role of the local sheriff's department has also come under scrutiny. Some former investigators have come forward with allegations of misconduct and corruption within the department. Could these claims hold the key to understanding why the case remains unsolved? Despite the many theories and suspects, the Keddie Cabin Murders continue to baffle investigators and haunt the community. Each new piece of evidence seems to raise more questions than answers, and the truth remains elusive. The legacy and impact. The Keddie Cabin Murders have left an indelible mark on the community and the true crime world. Decades after the brutal slayings, the case continues to captivate and horrify those who learn about it. The impact on the surviving family members and the community of Keddie has been profound, with many still seeking justice and closure. The surviving members of the Sharp family, including the children who were in the cabin that night, have had to live with the trauma and unanswered questions. Their lives were forever altered, and the scars of that night remain with them. Despite their pain, they have continued to push for answers, hoping that one day the truth will come to light. The community of Keddie itself has also been deeply affected. Once a quiet, peaceful place, the town now carries the weight of its tragic past. The abandoned cabin stands as a haunting reminder of the horrors that occurred there, a symbol of unresolved grief and the quest for justice. The case has also had a significant impact on the true crime genre. It has been the subject of numerous documentaries, books, and podcasts, each exploring different aspects of the mystery. The Keddie Cabin Murders have become a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dark realities that can lie beneath the surface of everyday life. In the years since the murders, advancements in forensic technology and investigative techniques have offered new hope for solving the case. Cold case investigators continue to examine the evidence, looking for any clues that might have been missed. The persistence of those dedicated to finding the truth is a testament to the enduring impact of this case. As we reflect on the legacy of the Keddie Cabin Murders, we are reminded of the importance of never giving up on seeking justice. The pain and loss experienced by the victims' families and the community of Keddie serve as a powerful motivator to keep searching for answers. The story of the Keddie Cabin Murders remains a haunting reminder of the darkness that can lurk in even the most peaceful of places. It is a story that continues to resonate, urging us to remember the victims and to strive for a world where such tragedies are prevented. Despite the passage of time, the search for justice in the Keddie Cabin Murders continues. Advances in forensic technology and renewed interest in cold cases have brought new hope to those seeking answers. In recent years, cold case investigators have revisited the evidence, applying modern forensic techniques to re-examine old clues. DNA analysis, once a distant dream, now offers a glimmer of hope in identifying the perpetrators. New leads have emerged, driven by the relentless efforts of dedicated individuals who refuse to let the memory of the victims fade. One of the most significant developments has been the discovery of previously overlooked evidence. Items that were once dismissed or deemed insignificant have been reevaluated, shedding new light on the case. This renewed scrutiny has sparked fresh theories and opened new avenues of investigation. The community of Keddie and true crime enthusiasts alike have rallied behind the cause, using social media and online forums to share information and theories. The collective effort of these amateur sleuths has kept the case in the public eye, ensuring that it remains a priority for law enforcement. Family members of the victims continue to advocate for justice, their unwavering determination serving as a powerful reminder of the human cost of this tragedy. Their voices have inspired a new generation of investigators who bring fresh perspectives and unyielding resolve to the case. The quest for justice is a testament to the resilience and determination of those who believe that the truth will eventually come to light. It is a journey marked by perseverance, hope, and an unrelenting pursuit of answers. As we close the chapter on the haunting case of the Keddie Cabin Murders, we're left with more questions than answers. Who could commit such a brutal crime and why? Despite decades of investigations, the truth remains hidden, buried beneath layers of mystery and speculation. If this case gripped you as much as it did us, make sure to share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Could there be more to this story than meets the eye? We'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on our next deep dive into the world's most chilling unsolved mysteries. Together, we'll continue to uncover the dark secrets lurking in the shadows. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious and stay safe.